Hello, Elimination. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. And it is a toasty one in New York City right now. I'm so glad that you're here. I am. All right, so I'm just going to be really honest with you. I was out late having way too much fun. We had so much fun last night. I had, a couple of things, like a couple of sips of, something I can't say. The algorithm may cut me off, even if you say someone's name is Margarita. But anyways, wow, what a great time we had last night. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hit the button, y'all. Hit the like button. Thank you, Cam Moore. You guys know the score. Let's go. It's so funny because a couple of people last night, I'm going to tell you, we were at DL Hughley and I did our thing. And a couple of people were like, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.-ish. And I said, the Lemon Nation knows me. You guys know me. So anyway, thank you. Good morning, Don and the team Lemon Nation. Let me know where you are. Yes, we celebrated so much last night, Jennifer Griffin. 750,000. We're on our way to 1 million. Thank you. Help us get there. Spread the word. Send the link to everybody. Good morning from Austin. Hi, Catherine. Okay, Catherine with a K like my mom. Hello, Louisiana. So, guys, again, I'm going to get to the news, and we have lots to talk about. We got to talk about this ceasefire F up, right? Donald Trump. We were going over the stuff this morning that we're going to put in the show, and all these people were like, Trump is great. I was like, Trump is great. We should put a laugh track behind it because they look like idiots right now. Anywho, last night was fantastic. Okay, I'm going to show you what we did last night, and we're going to go through a couple pictures. We just got these pictures from the social media guys. Look at that. That is me and DL Hughley. Now, usually DL would come in when he would do my show when I was on cable. He would sort of be dressed down, and then I would be dressed up. And look at, so it's role reversal. And so this is at City Winery here in New York City last night. And I got to tell you, seriously, it was way, way better, much more fun than I thought. I was scrambling yesterday to sort of put something together so that we, for the crowd or whatever, because I've been so busy, and it really worked out. DL was great. He was so impressed by it that he's like, man, this is great. You need a producer. We need to take this on the road, whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. Look at all of the lemon heads who were there last night. See, there's folks in the back wearing T-shirts. Someone brought their T-shirts. There was someone wearing lemon earrings. They were wearing lemon shirts. Someone had on a lemon dress. And this again at City Winery. Look, it was amazing. I was so happy. All of the selfies that we were taking afterwards, it was just a big Lemon Nation love fest. Everyone's like, I'm Lemon Nation. I'm a lemon head. And that's DL and I in the dressing room after the show. DL's having a little cigar and, celebrating. And that's us celebrating 750K on to 1 million. Those are to my neighbors, Tim there, and then to Tim's college roommate, one of his best friends to the right. You can't see him anyways. So anyway, keep going. That's us. Look at sold out crowd. The room was packed. The room was packed, completely sold out. And so there we are. Anyway, I had the QR code up. I was shameless. I'm telling you, it was, if you're watching us, by the way, thank you for whatever platform you're watching us on. If you're watching us on TikTok, make sure you smash the screen, hit the hearts. Hold that picture, please. If you're watching us on Instagram, thank you. Make sure you follow Facebook. Your comments will get up too. Make sure you follow us as well. And today we're on Substack. We're just giving you Substack a preview of what we're doing here. Don't expect this all the time. This is strictly for my YouTubers and the other folks, because we do different stuff on Substack, but we want people to know that we're here. And so this is the Q&A. We had a Q&A section of the show, which was great. And they were asking us, what can we do? How do we support independent journalists? And on and on and on. Okay, keep scrolling through those. And so this lady ran up on the stage with her. If you push in, you can see she's wearing her Lemonhead t-shirt. And so, I mean, we really created this community. People are like, I'm a Lemon Nation, I'm a lemon head. It's a real thing. Excuse me. And so now I probably made my call worse. And so keep going. And I guess I tell you, 750,000. Okay, we're on to 1 million. Okay, and then this is us again. Look at this crowd. They were so into it. It was so much fun. It was a great way to spend a Monday night. You see the folks in the top, the standing room only in the top. It was just really amazing. DL had his little drinky poo on stage. So did I. And then look at that person right there in the middle. We were joking saying she crashed the show, but she told me she was coming. And so we brought Joy Reid up on the stage and we talked. We did some Q&A with Joy Reid and a little talk back. It was so great. Elimination is taking over the world. And we have this, by the way, can we get the merch store up since we're here? And then just keep going and I'll tell you when to bring it up. So keep going through these pictures. So Joy came up we may get Joy to join us if we continue these. I think we're going to do another one in August. Do we have other pictures? Yeah. So anyway, it was just DL and I talking, and then look at DL with his red bottoms on. Come on now. And then I had on my Jordans. Okay. So this is how I started the show. This is my idea before I get to the news. My idea was about the chaos that's happening in the country and the tumult that's happening in the country. And it's sort of been, kind of like the tumult of the tumultuous 2.5 years or so that I've had. And so I talked about that. And then I started the show with like a newscast. Now, they didn't put the whole thing on there, but do you guys want to see it? Should we play it, team? We should play it. Let's play it. And so it starts off and I'm like, wait a minute, something's going on here. And I just talk about the transition into independent media, but they didn't show. I don't think this video captures the part where they play the theme music to the show and then people kind of, start cheering and whatever. Okay, so this is how I started the show. Did you hear people singing? Yeah.
Something go off to you? Yeah. Wait, hold on.
And then he stopped it at the good part. And then that's when they played the Don Lemon Show open and the crowd cheered and went crazy. And then I went on to talk about what's happening in the world and then what's happening in my life. And then after I did my thing and I said, join us tomorrow on the DL channel. But right now, stay tuned for this special episode of another DL Hughley. Lights went down and then DL walks out and he does his comedic thing on the other side of the stage. And so they took the lights down for me and then brought the lights up for DL and he did his thing. And then we came together and you can show the picture in the middle, Andy. We came together in the middle and DL and I sat and we talked and then we took questions from the audience, which was amazing. So I just want to thank you guys. Really, really appreciate all the support. And it was a fantastic, fun, interesting, intelligent. We learned a lot. And it was great. And then there's some video. Joy Reid, we showed Joy coming up. We introduced Joy. I said, Joy's in the crowd. Do we have that? And the folks went crazy for Joy.
So I'm going to tell you. She should have been up.
Steele said she should have been up there, and then he invited her up. Is there another video? There may be another video of Joy or something. But anyways, is there another video there or no?
That's the only Joy one I have.
Is there a video just to show a little bit, folks, a little bit of something?
That's the only one.
There's no more video? Okay.
There's like a little crowd video.
But I think we will. I think we'll find a way to get through, and I think the way to do that is to do what we're doing now. I don't know. Is it drinking talk?
So anyway, that's it. So it was really fun last night. So we did not record it because it was the first one. And we were like, I don't know. We don't know what we're going to do. It was just DL and DL. Anything goes. Everybody showed up and they love Anything Goes. So anyway, thank you. The theme music was, gosh, what's his name? It's his new album that's coming out. What is Cardi B's old, what's his name? Cardi B's husband. or whatever. I can't. If you remind me of his name, sorry, I was out a little bit late. Offset. Thank you. It's a new Offset. I think it just dropped. It's just dropped, or is it just dropping? Anyways, so thank you, everybody. So look, yesterday we forgot to tell you about this. This is our new merch. We have some new merch up. It was up for the members only yesterday, and I think it's open to the public today. I think it is. But we have some new stuff, and so this new hat is up. And look, we got a popcorn holder because we get your popcorn ready because there's a lot of news going on, and you're gonna need your popcorn. And so we got the popcorn bucket. And then we got the hat, which is not like a bucket hat, but it is the hat that's there. And then you guys wanted it. You asked for it. You got it. We have a new fan. Our new fan is black. The other one is yellow, lemon yellow. And now you can get the new black fan. And people had their fans there last night too. So there you go. You guys you can go to donlemon.com. and click on merch and you can get it, or you can go to just hit it and show them how to do it, Andy. And then you can go over also to, if you go over to the YouTube, and it is on the, if you're on YouTube, just go over to store and hit store, and then it'll take you right to our merch page. And if you're on the donlemon.com, just click on merch and it takes you right to the merch. Okay. So thank you guys for all coming out last night. Thank you guys for wearing the merch. Thank you for yelling and screaming, "I'm a Lemonhead," over and over. Thank you for saying, "Hey, we need to take this on the road," and for just being so great on a really hot night in New York City. Okay. And we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about this hot night, these temperatures in New York City and what it is doing right now to this mayoral race, which is really a national race. I know everyone thinks it's local, but it's a national race. Okay. So head over to the merch store, get some stuff. And now you guys want to get on to the news? Let's talk about the news, and we're going to do it. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about Iran. We're going to talk about what's happening in the mayor's race, and anything you guys want to talk about. If you want to talk about some stuff, put it in the chat. We may get to it. Okay. So welcome everybody to Hot Topics. This is our 10 a.m. program here on the Don Lemon channel. As we are streaming to this morning, and we used to say in television all the time, as we come on the air right now, I guess we're on the air, but it's really streaming because we're not broadcasting, so it's similar. So I always say, as we start streaming, as we start this live stream right now, or come on the air, once again, we have breaking news that we're going to begin with. Donald Trump's once-in-a-generation, historic ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran, the negotiation that was supposedly going to win him the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, Andy, do you have a womp womp? Well, it fell apart, or toilet flushing. It fell apart. There you go. Only hours after taking effect last night, with both Israel and Iran blasting off multiple rounds of missiles. Okay? And so what happened to that? We're going to have peace. Remember, he tweeted all that. Peace is now started in the world. We live in a world of peace. Thank you, me. So much for the art of the deal. I left my book, The Art of the Deal, downstairs. I said I was going to bring it, and I totally forgot it. Maybe I'll go whenever there's a soundbite running. Trump is so angry that he took to the White House lawn this morning. He was mad. Let me ask you guys. I think maybe once before, we'd have to find it. Have you ever heard him drop an F-bomb? He was so mad that he dropped an F-bomb that his little peace deal did not work out and is not working out. So he took to the White House lawn this morning to speak to the press with an unprecedented profanity, an actual F-bomb. Now, are you guys going to call the New York Post and the Daily Mail and all of the other right-wing crazy streaming bros and channels and Fox News and Donald Trump said an F-bomb like you did for me? Oh my God, Don Lemon said an F-bomb, and he talked about MAGA people, and he said the word fuck. Are you going to do that about your dear leader? Because he actually said it. We're going to play it for you in just a moment. You've never seen Donald Trump like this before. He's mad, or as we say, he mad. This morning, we also need to discuss the New York City mayoral race and the historic heat wave that has thrown it into chaos. Just real quickly, Andy, I know it's in the back end of the show. Can we just show some of the temperatures here in New York City? It's ridiculous. But it's weird. Yesterday, was like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at look. 105, 101, 107, 109, 110. Look at that. Oh my gosh, 106. And we don't mean 106 in Park. We're talking about temperature here. Crazy. Okay, thank you, Andy. Crazy, because this heat wave is throwing chaos into this race. And as I noted yesterday, Governor Kathy Hochul has declared a state of emergency as temperatures in the Big Apple shatter 125-year-old records here. Voters head to the polls today, and let me remind you, this is not a New York City story, okay? This is a story about the battle for the soul of the Democratic Party and the trajectory of New York and perhaps the Democratic Party as well. And wait till I'm going to tell you guys last night what happened when I mentioned Andrew Cuomo to a crowd that was majority Black crowd. Shocked. We're going to discuss that and all the wonderful night that I had with D.L. Hughley, okay? So, which we did a little bit. Let me just say, I was surprised when I mentioned I'll tell you when we get to the mayor's race thing. Okay. All right. So look, this Peace Prize thing, I want to play this stuff for you, and I want you to listen to it, because this was when, after the attack or the airstrikes on Iran. And now Donald Trump tweeting out yesterday, I don't know, do we have the tweets or whatever, with him saying this is a peace and whatever, all these things, that he believed that he had restored peace to the world in the Middle East, and he had solved all the problems of the Middle East. And as it turns out, the art of the deal did not happen. Senator Katie Britt, here it is.
Absolutely. Look, President Trump is going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, no doubt. You look at what he's done with the Congo and Rwanda. You look at where he is with Pakistan and India and what he's done there. And then you look at this, what everyone talked about, but no one thought was possible. He has brought peace to.
What did Donald Trump do to Congo and Africa? And can someone please seriously, can someone alert me in the chat if you know what she's talking about? Like, wait, what? Katie Britt, what are you talking about? This is the woman that they were like, blink when she gave her response to the State of the Union. They were like, blink twice. Was this her? Is this the woman, right? But back it up a little bit, because what is she talking about? Pakistan, what is she talking about? Okay, here we go, with another Trump glazer, two of them, Sean Hannity and Mark Wayne Mullen. Okay, keep going.
Absolutely. Look, President Trump is going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, no doubt. You look at what he's done with the Congo and Rwanda. You look at where he is with Pakistan and India and what he's done there. And then you look at this, what everyone talked about, but no one thought was possible. He has brought peace to a region that needed stability. He has shown what America First policy actually is. He's made sure that he's preserving American lives at every single turn. Look, President Trump understands what we need. We need a president who is unafraid to act and that stands firmly with the American citizens. That's what we saw today. And look, Democrats don't know what to say. I mean, their silence has never been louder, if you know what I mean. And I think it's because President Trump just keeps winning and they don't know what to do.
All right, slow down, ma'am. Your orange is showing. Crawl out of there, back on up. She's so far up there, she can't see reality. What on earth is she talking about? Look, I think there's a better way of playing this entire thing. So can we back it up to the beginning, Andy? And can you give me the sound that should be going under this? And I want people to be able to hear it. This is how it should be. This is how this should be played. Here it is.
Absolutely. Look, President Trump is going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, no doubt. You look at what he's done with the Congo and Rwanda. You look at where he is with Pakistan and India, what he's done there. And then you look at this, what everyone talked about but no one thought was possible. He has brought peace to a region that needed stability. He has shown what America First policy actually is. He's made sure that he's preserving American lives at every single turn. Look, President Trump understands what we need. We need a president who is unafraid to act.
Senator Katie Britt, come on now, girl. That's how we get through this, I think. You need a little laughter because this is ridiculous. Sean Hannity, this is Stephen Miller. Trump's commitment to peace is amazing.
Middle East. President Trump once again has demonstrated that he alone has the wisdom, the judgment, the strength, and the courage to see this nation through.
Ladies, let me ask you this. What shade of lipstick is this? Is this jungle red? What is this? Is this MAC? Is it a Fenty? Like, what shade of lipstick is Stephen Miller wearing on here? I'm just saying. Sorry to interrupt. All right, back. Squidward. What is that? Okay, so let's see. Okay, go back to the beginning, please. Here we go.
Middle East. President Trump once again has demonstrated that he alone has the wisdom, the judgment, the strength, and the courage to see this nation through the most dangerous challenges we face around the world, Sean.
It is amazing his persistence when it comes to the issue of peace, and all credit to the president for that.
Okay, so I think there's a better way of playing this one as well. Let's go.
Middle East. President Trump once again has demonstrated that he alone has the wisdom, the judgment, the strength, and the courage to see this nation through the most dangerous challenges we face around the world, Sean.
It is amazing his persistence when it comes to the issue of peace, and all credit to the president for that.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. And I love the red. Someone said he's wearing racist red. Someone said Kool-Aid, Cheeto flavor. I don't know. What else is he wearing? Red and orange Kool-Aid, SpongeBob, Don. I don't know what color. That is a crazy lipstick color that he's wearing. Crazy. Who did his makeup? Was it Trump's makeup person who did his makeup? I don't know what's going on here. All right. Wow. Tommy Lahren. Let's hear from Tommy Lahren.
It's just a tweet here.
Oh, it's a tweet. All right. Tommy Lahren is saying, let me turn on my do not disturb while you guys read Tommy Lahren, and I'll get back because you can hear all of my messages popping up. There we go. Tommy Lahren is saying, congratulations to Donald Trump says, congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their in-progress final mission for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful, in all caps, on the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will. I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, the courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel. God bless Iran. God bless the Middle East. God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Now, he did not misspell his name today, so we'll give him some credit for that. But for the rest of that shit, he was really off on it because it did not work. There was no damn ceasefire. Israel and Iran were looking at him like, what the fuck is he talking about, fool? Ain't nobody stopping. Nobody's stopping any firing here. We're going to continue what we've been doing for decades, perhaps Centuries. We're gonna fight. We're fighting. I'm sorry. You can't stop it. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. But he was trying to shape reality. At which point, in the first 12 hours, the 12-day war will have ended. Show me what Tommy Lahren says, okay? Tommy Lahren says, ooh, shortest World War III ever. Tommy Lahren, oh my gosh. And then here is Batya Ungar Sargon, glazing Donald Trump on social media. Who is this woman? She's just emerged, I think. I don't know. With like batshit. Yes. And she's drank so much orange Kool-Aid. We just witnessed an incredible display of peace through strength. The president protected our future without sacrificing a single American life. The impact of President Trump's masterful navigation of this past week will be felt for decades. We're living through historic time. What an idiot. And how do these people feel now? How do these people feel now? And I'm going to tell you how they feel because Donald Trump is displaying how they feel. And wait till you hear what comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, okay? So stand by. Just give me 1 second here. Hey, I want to take a break and I want to get a word from our sponsors, okay? So here we go. So support for the Don Lemon Show today comes from 120 Life. 120 Life. As I was preparing for this show, I was on talking to my producers and I'm like, hey, I'm mixing my 120 Life now. Should I bring the 120 Life mug or should I bring the Don Lemon mug? And they said, well, 120 Life is a sponsor today. I said, well, we'll get to their mug. We got our mug. So, but anyway, 120 Life is a sponsor. We have a mug from them. And some days I'll be drinking it out of the 120 Life mug. But anyways, I love the 120 Life. Everyone asks me what I'm doing to my skin and whatever. I think it's the 120 Life. I really do. Okay. So did you know that high blood pressure is the number one risk factor for mortality? 1 in 2 adults has it. That is a 50-50 chance that you're a walking time bomb. Okay. Here's the good news. You can take control of your blood pressure naturally without relying on Big Pharma. 120 Life. 120 Life is a blend of great tasting superfruit juices that have been shown to actually help lower your blood pressure. It's not just for high blood pressure. It's also beneficial for your health conditions like diabetes, other health conditions like diabetes. 120 Life is trusted by healthcare professionals with hundreds of doctors recommending it to help manage blood pressure naturally. It provides visible, measurable changes in blood pressure. You can use a simple monitor at home to track progress. So for a limited time, try 120 Life and save 20% off. Just use the code DON at checkout at 120life.com. 120 Life offers a risk-free trial with a full refund if you don't see lower numbers in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. If you don't see lower numbers. So go to 120life.com and use the code DON, D-O-N, to save 20%. There's nothing to lose except your high blood pressure numbers. Go to 120life.com and use the code DON to save 20% off. Remember, you must use the code DON to get this special offer. This is serious. This is your life we're talking about. 120 Life can help. Also, you guys know, a lot of folks last night who I talked about who came to the program were dealing with some issues. They're like, I'm sad. I'm going through some things. And you know how I feel about the mental health, right? Taking the stigma off, getting some help. So here's the deal, everyone. Support for the Don Lemon Show today comes from BetterHelp. BetterHelp. You guys know how I feel. Again, therapy, I'm a firm believer. And I'm a firm believer in doing it virtually because it's convenient. And by the way, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Men today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and to keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the U.S. suffer from depression every year and is often undiagnosed. Okay? So everybody's going through some things. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. So that is where BetterHelp comes in. It's the largest online therapy provider in the world. BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Okay? It should be convenient, affordable, and accessible. 35,000, and they can help you. They can help with that. 35,000 licensed professionals, more than 10 years experience. Okay, so talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/DonLemon. That's BetterHelp.com/DonLemon. Thank you to our sponsors. Now, you guys want to know what Donald Trump said, right? Why all of these people look like idiots? You look like idiots now, people. Glazing, Tommy Lahren, Batya Ungar Sargon, Stephen Miller, Katie Britt. You look like idiots. This is what NPR is reporting. Trump says both sides violated the ceasefire, and he is not happy about it. He is not happy about it. Okay, so plug your ears, because you know, the Trump folks, they have tender ears, especially when I say words like F, when I say the F-bomb, they get all bent out of shape. But here's your dear leader, the one, how does he call Donald, whatever he calls his name, Donald Trump. Here it is.
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you have to respond to Iran?
What? If I had some pearls, I would clutch him. What did he say? Oh my gosh. Oops, there goes his Nobel Peace Prize. Here's the thing. All right, come on, y'all. Look, come on. Let me. Donald Trump is now, and the MAGA folks, Donald Trump is now upset that basically Israel and Iran Donald Trumped him. They MAGA'd him. They Donald Trumped him. They did not keep whatever promise he thought that they were going to keep. Oh, they lied to him. Donald Trump, that's what you do every single day to America. You do it every single day, and you are now shocked that Israel and Iran is not going to, someone says 2 Corinthians in the thing. Are you shocked? Are you, he mad? Are you kidding me? This reminds me of what we've been talking about. Was it last week and this week? Last week and this week. The MAGA people, the Tucker Carlsons of the world, the Candace Owens of the world, the Charlie Kirks of the world. Who else? Give me another the Republican or MAGA person who's like, Donald Trump lied to us about peace. And I'm not down with this and how, whatever. You're shocked that someone who lied so much to you? Are you really shocked about that? This was going to be the kicker of the show. Can you just give me the TikToker? Because this guy is actually 100% right. You were shocked, Donald Trump, that Israel and Iran lied to you? And now the MAGA folks are also shocked that Donald Trump lied to them? This dude, watch this. This dude has it right on.
What a disappointment this is, where you just believed that a freaking politician was actually trustworthy, that whenever he said he would stay out of these wars and bring world peace, that America would be America first, not Israel first.
He was convicted 34 times of tax evasion. He lied 35,000 times during his first term, and he cheated on multiple wives. We knew that he wasn't honest. That's on you and that stupid hat. There. I fixed it.
I mean, seriously though, for real? Anyways, so that's how I feel about Donald Trump when he goes, they don't know what the F they're doing. Perhaps you don't know what the F you're doing, Mr. Art of the Deal. There's no art in your deal at all. There's no deal. And that stupid hat. It's the "and that stupid hat" for me. That's the one for me. And they're not talking about this hat, because this is the hat that you need. This is the hat you could get in the merch store for Don Lemon Show. This is the hat that everybody needs. Make America Lemon Nation again. That's what we need. We need one of those. Make America Lemon Nation. Something like that. That's what we're gonna get. But and that stupid hat. Well, you know what? Well, just say the girls are fighting. That's what it sounds like. Simi, thank you. By the way, let me shout some people out before the Democrats are responding to this. So Simi, thank you. Because of Simi's generosity, 20 people get to become members of the Lemon Nation. Thank you so much for that, Simi. Also, Denise Garth, welcome to the Lemon Nation. And I want to say, Mike, thank you so much for your generous support of independent media. You said, great show last night. Your crowd was not feeling Cuomo, by the way. We got the wings. Thanks. Okay, that's an inside joke. So great show last night. The crowd was not feeling Cuomo. I'll get to that when I talk about what happened in what's going on in the mayor's race. And so, by the way, so there was a barrel which was basically a liquor cart on the stage, and I had it placed on one side of the stage, and people on one side of the stage could not see me for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm sorry. And so they were like, move the barrel. So I rolled the barrel out of the way. And then I realized they couldn't see me. They showed me a picture like, we can't see. And so I bought everybody on that side of the stage, which was a lot of people, chicken wings. I'm like, I'll buy you some chicken wings. It was a joke, but I did it. All right. So there you go. Anyway, so thank you, all the new members. And Simi, thank you for your generosity. Okay. So the Democrats are responding on Twitter. Here's what the Democrats are saying. So when he said they don't know what the F they're doing, Democrats, so then why the fuck did you get us involved? I love it, Democrats. More of that. Say that shit publicly. Get some balls. Get a spine. All the folks last night at the thing were saying, what are Democrats doing still? They're like, I've seen lots of histrionics of people cussing and growing beards and doing, what do you call it? Selfies or vertical videos. But where's the proof? Where's the outcome? Where's the show me the money? But I love that Dems are talking their ish right now, talking your shit. Keep talking it. So if you said louder, Democrats louder. Yes. You said, okay, they don't know what the F they're doing. And the Democrats responded. So then why the fuck did you get us involved? Thank you very much. That's how adults talk. I'm so glad that Democrats are doing something. At least they're trying. So keep trying, Democrats. Now, you guys know, I always say, my thing is, and it's even on one of the mugs in our merch store. My thing is that when I say old people be knowing, right? You know, I say old people be knowing. So what I told you when this happened yesterday, Monday, after all this happened, I said, hey, guess what? So you guys know, you see how they are framing this, right? That they are saying those men did a great job. The troops did a great job. They refueled midair. They only made one stop if they had to, or they didn't stop at all. They refueled in midair. They did precision this and precision that. And I'm like, well, of course, that's what they do. That's why they're specialists. That's why they're the best in the world. We know this. But the reason that they were doing it is because they were trying to what? They were using the troops as a shield, hiding behind them. So if you criticize Donald Trump and this god-awful mission, then that means you're criticizing the troops. So that's why they were putting them in there, right? So there's like, so if you said, oh my gosh, it shouldn't have happened. How dare you criticize it? They should apologize. Didn't I tell you that that was going to be the thing? I told you, I said, Donald Trump is a TV producer. The Republicans are the best at messaging. Now, I know you guys think I'm crazy. A lot of people think I'm crazy. They're like, oh, Don Lemon, you're crazy, whatever. Journalist, roll it.
Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there, absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone. But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. You take a look at the pinpricks, and you see that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B-2s. I think that MSDNC ought to apologize. I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers. You really are. You're real losers. You're gutless losers. I say that to CNN because I watch it. I have no choice. I got to watch that garbage. It's all garbage. It's all fake news. But I think CNN is a gutless group of people. And the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times. But the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic disgrace.
You're welcome. I told y'all yesterday, the Democrats need to hire me for a media strategy because they would stay winning. They'd be like Ben Crump. Every time I see Ben Crump, I'm like, Ben Crump, you stay winning. He stays winning. Democrats would stay winning if they just listen. Just all they have to do is just listen to me. I know what's happening. I know. CNN is being sold so many times. And look, CNN has been trying, let me just say this, has been trying hard to, and this has been in the papers publicly, we're going to move to the center. They want to move the network to the right. Ain't nobody buying that shit. You want to move to the right, closer to Donald Trump, and now he's out here talking shit about you. You do you. Keep doing that. Go on. All right, that's good. Try it. Keep trying that. See what happens. I mean, where's the lie? Am I lying? You guys have seen in the paper. You guys heard what the people who bought CNN said. CNN should be more like Fox News. He said it on CNBC. And they should be more like Fox News. They need to move to the center, which means they thought they were left and they wanted to move to the right. And so that was the plan that's in place at CNN. And so, I'm gone because I'm just saying. Old people be knowing. And he did exactly what I said he was going to do. Did anybody else tell you that they were doing that? No, they did not. Oh, boy. And now, the same folks who are like so just been out of shape and obsessed with Joe Biden's mental capacity. Joe Biden is out of it. Oh, my gosh. Doesn't know what he's talking about. At every turn, they will try to blame Joe Biden because they can't blame anything else because they are so incompetent. And so at any chance they get, that's another excuse that they'll use. Well, when in doubt, blame Joe Biden. Now, how is this for mental capacity and cognitive abilities? Now, remember, it's not a supercell. A supercell is something totally different than a sleeper cell. And your president, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't know the difference. Here it is.
Running sleeper cells in the United States.
Biden led a lot of supercells. And Biden was an incompetent president, had no idea what he was doing. He hardly ever signed a document. Other people signed documents for him with the auto pen. It was gross incompetence. And among everything else, he let a lot of supercells in, many from Iran. But hopefully we'll take care of them. What Biden did to this country should never be forgotten.
I'm going to write a book on Donald Trump's cognitive abilities. Would you guys buy it? Would you? Just saying. Wow. All kind of ties together, doesn't it? Supercell. Stand by because I got more for you. And there are Republicans, at least one, or maybe some. You guys heard what happened with Lisa Murkowski, right? But anyway, she may go over to the Democratic side somewhat. But I'm going to show you, there's a Republican who is speaking out against Donald Trump. And J.D. Vance, we're going to hear from him, and then we're going to talk about the mayor's race. First of all, let me just get this and tell you a word from our sponsor. Support for the Don Lemon Show today comes from MSI United States. I like to highlight places and people that don't necessarily get the media focus and attention that they deserve, and that is sub-Saharan Africa. That is Africa in general. This continent does not. There's a lot of turmoil going on in Africa, and we don't focus on that for some reason, but we focus on the Middle East a lot. Okay, so here's a hard cold fact. Support from today's show comes from MSI United States. Here's a hard cold fact for you. In sub-Saharan Africa, 4 million teenage girls drop out of school every year because they get pregnant. Just like teenagers everywhere, they experiment sexually. They do. That's what teenagers do. So that's just the truth. For many of these girls, there's no access to birth control. Most will never go back to school. Some will risk their lives trying to end the pregnancy. Too many will die. The good news is there is an organization, it's called MSI Reproductive Choices, that is known for going to the ends of the earth to bring girls contraception and control over their futures. So you want to help? Make a donation. Make a donation. Only $26 will help. Let me explain. Go to msiunitedstates.org or text my last name, Lemon, to 511-511. Text Lemon to 511-511. Or for just $26, I should say, you can give a girl contraception for 4 years. That's 4 years to complete her education and to build a future. Text Lemon to 511-511 or go to MSI. That's M as in modern, S as in safe, I as in informed, UnitedStates.org. That's MSI UnitedStates.org, modern, safe, informed.org. Okay? Remember, just $26, you can give a girl contraception for 4 years. See all the wonderful services they provide by texting my last name, Lemon, to 511-511 and give today. Thank you for our sponsors and a very, very important cause there. So, well, Donald Trump is mad. He's saying F's, whatever. And there's a bunch of supercells in the country right now because of Joe Biden. Remember, Donald Trump is not president. Nothing is his fault. He has no control over anything. Nothing at all. And by the way, J.D. Vance still saying, even though Donald Trump with his whole 2 weeks bullshit mess gave the Iranians enough notice so they can move their assets, J.D. Vance is still saying, yeah, we did something. We accomplished something. There's no evidence of it. Here's J.D. Vance. By the way,
You've said totally obliterated. The president has said totally obliterated the Iran nuclear program.
Yeah.
Do you know for sure where all the highly enriched uranium is?
Well, Brett, I think that's actually not the question before us. The question before us is, can a...
Thank you. That's how you know he's lying. That is, oh my gosh, it's a media tactic. Anybody, producer, ask me a question. Somebody ask me a question. Nikki, Andy, Peter, somebody ask me a question. Anything. Anybody?
Hey, Don, what kind of drink did you have at the show last night?
But it's not the question about what kind of drink I had at the show last night. The real question is what we should be doing for this country right now through the MAGA movement is, so thank you. Oh my God. So that's what he does. That's why they send him out there and they allow him to do it. I don't know why the reporters, the journalists I don't know why they allow him to do it. Because as soon as he said that, I would say, excuse me, Mr. Vice President, with all due respect, that is the question. That is the question I asked you. So respectfully, will you respectfully answer my question? And then you can go on and whatever. But my question was, have you done that? The American people deserve to know. Just, did you do it or did you not? Did you destroy all the uranium? Are you sure? Okay, great. Now, what else did you want to say? And let him say it. But they don't. They just let him go. And then by the time he gets to the answer, it's so watered down that it really does not have an impact. The thing is, answer the question first off, sir, and then you can pivot if you want, because, okay, fine, everybody tries to do it. But keep going.
Iran enrich the uranium to a weapons grade level, and can they convert that fuel to a nuclear weapon? And we know, based on the success of our mission, of course, the leadership of the president, but the incredible skill of our military, that the two mission objectives are completely successful. We know that they cannot build a nuclear weapon. Now, you asked about the highly enriched uranium.
Yeah, like 900 pounds of it.
But what we know, Brett, is that uranium is something that exists in very large supply. Our goal was to bury the uranium, and I do think the uranium is buried, but our goal was to eliminate the enrichment and eliminate their ability to convert that enriched fuel into a nuclear weapon. I think this is an important point, Brett, because so many of the folks who have focused on the highly enriched uranium,
sure, 60%.
The main focus, Brett, has been to destroy their enrichment capacity because we don't want that 60% uranium to become 90% uranium. That's the real concern, and that's what was so successful about our mission.
Oh, boy. Brett. And I like Brett. Sir, first of all, that's not my question. You didn't really answer it. And it wasn't about that. It was, oh my gosh. I am not even. Okay. So there is a Republican, though, a representative who is speaking out, Representative Massey. He says Trump is betraying the principles of America first. Here it is.
Well, listen, I'm more of an ideologue than a populist, I'll admit that. But at least if you're an ideologue, you know what your ideas are. And with populism, you can blow in the wind. The thing is, there's this coalition among libertarian-leaning Republicans and independents, and even a few Democrats joined with Trump to get him elected. But part of the deal was no new wars that drag on forever, and we're going to put America first. We're going to worry about our infrastructure. We're going to worry about our immigration. We're going to worry about America first, taking care of seniors and veterans before we go overseas looking for dragons to slay. And I'm worried that in the first 6 months here, we've already sort of gone astray of what was one of the basic principles of putting America first.
All right. Well, look, I think that guy's got balls to do that. I'm sure I probably don't agree with hardly anything he has to say, but at least he's saying these are my principles, and Donald Trump has betrayed them more than anybody else. There you go. All right, let's talk the mayor's race. And you guys, someone said, what was this? You guys can put this one back up from Mike. Mike says, great show last night. Your crowd was not feeling Cuomo, by the way. We got the wings. Thanks. I told you the wing story, whatever. I was like, I had to buy you guys wings. I did it. I kind of cheap because I was like, if I buy everybody over there drinks, I'm going to go broke because there was a lot of people on that side of the room. So I just bought them all some chicken wings. So anyways, here's the thing. So we talked about the mayor's race last night at our show, and also the mayor's race is top of mind with everything right now. This is the New York Post. The New York Post cover today says Chicago Tribune, or at least in the Post. I don't know if this is a cover or if this is an article. Chicago Tribune gives NYC stark, obviously not the cover because they have a snarky cover. Chicago Tribune gives NYC stark warning on electing a socialist mayor like Zoran Mamdani. The ending isn't pretty. And so that is a concern in New York City from some, but there are people who are extremely excited about a Zoran Mamdani mayorship, if you can call that. Yeah. Becoming mayor of New York. And if you look at the early polling, Errol Lewis, who was on last night from Spectrum News, who is the chief political anchor over there, said Brooklyn is overperforming, which is Mamdani's stronghold. Manhattan is overperforming, which I don't know if that's a Mamdani stronghold, maybe, and young folks. And he said that Mamdani could win in the first round, and if not, the 7th round rather than 8th. So that one is should be even updated. But there is ranked choice voting here. This is that Emerson polling. It's showing Mamdani winning over Andrew Cuomo. So let me just say, so Andrew Cuomo last night, there was a question. Someone said something. I forget how it came up, the mayor's race here in New York City. And I said, not trying to be snarky. I said something about Cuomo or something, or I mentioned his name. I forget what it was. And not everybody, but the crowd started going, boo. And I was like, wait, what? And I said, wait a minute. I thought that Andrew Cuomo had African-American support. And they were all like, no. Now, to be honest with you, there wasn't a consensus of Mamdani there because they were giving other people's names, right? They did Lander, they did another Adrian, they did other folks. They were saying other folks, not necessarily Mamdani, but I was surprised because I thought that Andrew Cuomo had overwhelming support in the Black community. So, and this was a majority Black audience. It was surprising to me. Errol Lewis is saying in New York Magazine, as we told you yesterday, that they only have themselves to blame. The political class is responsible for the man they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop Zoran Mamdani, and is what happens when the status quo fails, by Errol Lewis. Letitia James, you guys know her, the AG. Letitia James endorses Mamdani and compares him to Barack Obama.
They mispronounce his name. They say that he is inexperienced. Sort of reminds me of a candidate who ran on change at a moment when so many individuals have lost faith in government. Zoran has sparked this level of energy and enthusiasm that I've not seen since the days of change. And every movement that I've been involved in, every struggle that I've been involved in, it's been individuals with a vision and a passion for change. And so, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't know his name then, but you can bet your ass that they know his name now.
Well, there you go. And look at all the enthusiasm from the young folks there in New York City. Young folks, he's got the young vote. He does. And their thing is, you saw the sign there, don't rank Cuomo. That's what everyone's saying. Someone in the chat, Angie, is saying it's the AOC effect. New Yorkers aren't dumb, says Rory Hatton, like Manhattan. So we'll see. Mamdani and Lander were both on the Stephen Colbert show. Look, wait, before you play this, I'm not sure. Did we get like a strike for Stephen Colbert? That's happened before, Nikki. No, we can't play it. Just want to make sure.
I don't know if we have. I think we can play it. If worst case scenario, we'll have to clip it.
All right. Here is Mamdani and Lander on the Colbert Show.
Each of you are running to be mayor of New York. And to be clear, I am not endorsing either one of you.
I'm out
okay? In fact, so much so that you guys are going to switch seats a little bit later in this interview.
All right.
But you're endorsing each other. How does that work? Why is this, for each of you, why is this your number two guy?
Well, we both agree, for starters, that corrupt, abusive Andrew Cuomo should not be allowed anywhere near City Hall. And we know that by teaming up, a majority of New Yorkers won't choose him. At the same time, we have a positive vision. You know, when I first met Zoran, he was leading an effort to help taxi drivers who were under crushing debt, like several had committed suicide because medallion holders were crushing them with excess debt. So he led a hunger strike, teamed up with people, and designed a $450 million debt relief program.
Okay, so there you go. You get the gist
with
of it.
a vision for a city that
they're buddies and they like each other, and they have been supporting each other. Like pretty much most of the candidates, I know that Michael Blake is supporting. They're all in this sort of coalition together. Anyone but Andrew Cuomo. Yeah, so that's where we are right now, and it is very divisive now. I mean, people aren't fighting and yelling at each other, but there are people who are saying, "I am so nervous, I'm so scared that it's going to be Mamdani. He's not experienced. I think he's anti-Semitic." That's what they're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you the truth of what I'm hearing, because they're putting that message out there. I think mainly Cuomo. And so people are nervous, especially my Jewish friends. They're like, I'm not down with it. But there are some who are. There are some younger Jews who are, they're like that Mamdani guy. Got to be honest with you. It's mostly, it's kind of it's an age thing. Young folks are, older folks pretty much know. Yeah. And wealthy people support Cuomo. Working class, poor people support Mamdani or someone else in, along the lines other than Andrew Cuomo. And that's just how it's going. That's what's happening here. You know what else is causing problems here? The freaking weather. The temperature is ridiculous. And And yesterday was like 100 degrees. You could show it, Andy. Yesterday was like 100 degrees in New York City. And so was it 100 degrees yesterday, right? I think. Did not bother me. I grew up in Louisiana. I walked outside. I was like, woo, summer. Yeah. Everybody's like, are you out of your damn mind? I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing a t-shirt. This is summer. I grew up in Louisiana. Summer was hot as hell all summer, and I loved it. Love the heat. Now, this may be a little bit extreme because it's record high temperatures, but yesterday did not bother me. It just felt like a normal summer day to me. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. But you know what I was complaining about a couple months ago? How cold it was. And I would much rather heat than cold. I can't stand winter. If it wasn't for, what's his face down in Florida? What's that man's name? Ron DeSantis. I'd be maybe living in Florida right now, but nope, not him. So yeah. And so that folks are concerned. Who does this affect most? Does it affect the older people? Right? And you see what the tweet says. The weather forecast is bullish for Mamdani. Cuomo's older voting base can't leave the house in these conditions. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that because old people will vote. That if there's one thing, old people be knowing, but if there's one thing, they will go vote. They'll vote early or they'll show up on election day. Now, the young people, that's a crowd that's not. So you can't count on them. But they're enthusiastic about Zoran Mamdani, so I think that they're going to get out. So I think it has the possibility of affecting both of them. Both of them. But I mean, if you had to ask me right now, I'm not betting. If you had a prediction, I'd say it's Mamdani. If I read the tea leaves, I would say that and it's very similar to what I said in 2016. The polling was showing one thing. My unscientific survey polls, just from talking to people, told me another thing in 2016, that Donald Trump was going to win when everybody was like, you're crazy. I said, nope, that man's going to win. And I've been saying the same thing about Mamdani for a bit. At first, initially, and it's on social media, you can check it because I don't want to be a hypocrite. And this was like 2 months ago. I said, oh, it's going to be Cuomo. It's got the name recognition. And then all of a sudden, Zoran Mamdani started going, and so now I'm saying it. This is election day. I'm saying, I think it's going to be him. Now, if it is not, then maybe I'm hanging out in the wrong circles. Maybe I'm in a bubble. Maybe I'm in a bubble, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm in a bubble. I'm just saying. But boy, people are mad. Let me tell you, the people who supported Andrew Cuomo are mad at him. You know why? They said Andrew Cuomo, all he did was raise money. Now, that's what I hear. All right. So listen, I'm not saying that I like or dislike Andrew Cuomo. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing from the people. Now, I will tell you this. I believe affordability is the big issue, obviously 100%. But I also think that Andrew Cuomo, maybe it's not the right terminology, has an axe to grind. He has reputation rehab. He has something to prove. Andrew Cuomo is going to come in here and whip this city into shape. Now, I don't know if he'll take care of the affordability issue in the way people will like it, that most people will like it, especially working class and whatever, and poor people, because, you know, Andrew Cuomo he's raising a lot of money. Rich people like him, right? So he's going to come in here. He's going to fix the crime. He's going to fix the homelessness problem. Like, he's going to do it. I'm just telling you. And I'm not telling you who I'm voting for. That doesn't mean I'm voting for Andrew Cuomo, but I'm telling you, Andrew Cuomo has to, he is in reputation rehab right now. He does want to be president of the United States. He's going to come in here if he does become mayor, and he is going to work this city harder than Giuliani and Bloomberg did. And he is going to, it will be, the streets of New York, I believe, if Andrew Cuomo was mayor, if he became mayor, would be like Chicago. When you go to Chicago, you're like, damn, this city is really clean, because that's what people are ticked off about, but they also want affordability. So that's what I believe. That's just my belief. If you go through, you guys remember LaGuardia was a shithole. LaGuardia is one of the nicest airports that I've been to recently, even in Europe, even overseas. So that's it. But here's the thing. New York City is too fucking expensive. And Mamdani is trying to fix that. And I believe that he has some good ideas to fix it. The buses, if the city can afford it. Because if you drive out the tax base, which is a real thing, I know people don't like to hear that, but if you get rid of the rich people and the people who pay into the tax base, then the city's just going to go down the shitter, because then it's going to go bankrupt because you can't afford anything. So it's a real pickle here. Someone says Andrew Cuomo is a sexual predator. I don't know if he's a sexual predator, but he's been accused of that. But by saying that doesn't mean, look, you guys are going to get mad at me, but just because someone is accused of that doesn't mean that they are not good at their job. But that is not a good thing that they are that. And perhaps that is disqualifying or should be disqualifying. But there are a lot of people who are really good at certain things. There are lots of people who are great comedians, but they did some bad shit with women, but they're still funny. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who did some weird shit with sitcoms, you know, like Bill Cosby. But Bill Cosby created iconic television. That doesn't mean that they are good everywhere in all realms. And that doesn't mean that they should work in television anymore. I'm just saying. There you go. So we're in a real race to the finish here. So I think that whoever it is, I wish them luck. But here's the real thing, though. Today matters, and it does and it doesn't. It matters more for Mamdani than it does for anybody else, because Andrew Cuomo is going to run regardless of where he places today, and Mamdani is going to run regardless of where he places today or where he places in this whole thing. They're both still going to run in the general. The thing is, though, if Mamdani wins, national recognition, catapults him into a whole different place. His message becomes bigger. He gets to refine it. He gets the benefit of free media, all of those things. Look, he's on Colbert. I didn't see Andrew Cuomo on Colbert last night. Did you? So that's what has a lot of folks happy on the Mamdani side and really nervous on the other side, that his message becomes bigger and people believe it's anti-Israel, and that message is going to be out there and blah, 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 blah. So there you go. That's why this is not a local race. For those who've been saying, Don, race is local. It is not. Okay, so we had fun last night. We had fun today on the show. We've been going long because we've had such great engagement, and you guys have been so wonderful. And it is the summer, and I know instead of going outside, you don't want to be outside. You want to be sitting in the air conditioner, and you want to be watching us. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I right? So welcome, Tiara, to the Lemon Nation. Welcome to all of our new members. Thank you, Semi, for gifting memberships to people because of your generosity. Lots of people get to become members of the Lemon Nation. We are at 750K. Do you have my social media thing? Do you have that? I don't know if you have it up there. But anyway, 750,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 1 million. Help us get to 1 million. Become a member. Like and subscribe. Check out our merch store. That's all I can tell you. I think I have everything. That's it. And then we're going to see you back here at 5 o'clock. Be informed without being inundated. Don't sit in front of the TV all day and get outraged. Tune back in at 5 o'clock. So until then, until I see you here live at 5, till I see you here, Lemon Live at 5, turn the TV off. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never, ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.